Is the TechCrunch bounce
we have
still what it was
yeah,
2 or 3 years ago?
I mean, so our traffic in September depends which measure you look at, but we set a few records and we got close on a lot of it. Like, it was either our first or second best month by most measures. So
Awesome.
we still get a ton of traffic. There's a ton of noise right now in the startup world in general. So a lot of it, I mean, everyone
There's
needs
so
to
much
be
more
like
competition,
pretty,
maybe.
and you need to be hard on yourself. I'm like, are you writing about something that's really going to get that many people's attention?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, a lot of businesses, you don't, like, I've ran into entrepreneurs over the years who I've covered, or, you know, at publications I've worked at, or who have been covered by TechCrunch, who've been like, that one post, which didn't get very much traffic and was boring to most people, found the right users, and now they have this like crazy awesome business going. Nobody knows about it, and hopefully they'll, like, you know, we'll find more about it, more out about it later on.
Yeah.
But like, it just depends. Like, if you're trying to be the next Instagram, like, you might get a bounce, but probably not. And I wouldn't suggest trying to be the next Instagram. You know, but if you have, like, if TechCrunch does it, or, you know, I'd say other blogs, if they do a post on you and you're like this, like, I'm sorry to say it, but like this niche enterprise software product, like,
Gosh, that sounds cool.
for newsrooms.
Oh, sick. For schools?
It's gonna be
like
awesome.
school newsrooms?
Yeah.
Oh, I need that.
It'll be like, there's a good chance you'll hit like a good core of those readers.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people read about startups now, and like people in businesses are trying to figure out tools that they can use that matter to them. And like, not every entrepreneur is focused on those people, but a lot of people are.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would never. This is a great example of it. Like, I think it was it was like Christmas Eve of 2008, and, you know, it was like long after Right With. I get a call, long distance. I'm at home in Oregon, and I get a call from this guy in Poland who's found the Right With site because we had left it running, and he's like, "This is the best product ever. How do I pay you to use it? Like, what's the plan? Like, just let me know what I can do." And I'm like, oh my God. You know, it's because I think he found it like via TechCrunch.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the kind of thing that happens. Just getting a blog post out there, like, it'll affect your search results. You never know who's reading it. I know that, like, a large majority of, like, the people that startups want reading it are reading it.
Yeah.
Investors, whoever. So
The value's still there.
a lot of it, I mean, it's not, I'm not saying TechCrunch has a monopoly on it, but I know I get a ton of stories from people who are like, yeah, we got this awesome spike, but a lot of that spike is like, what's your plan for building off of it, right? This is the problem with traffic spikes. I mean, we have it as a publication. Like, how do you take that, you know, temporary interest and channel it into something long term? And you're always going to have a lot of attrition. You're always going to have, like, most of your people are going to leave again, but, you know, it's about like having a good enough product to capture those core users, and you build on that, and hopefully you can get some more press later. But a lot of companies never need press, and a lot of companies only need one or two hits.
Sure.
So obviously, if you're doing consumer web or mobile, it's more important to like go for press. I personally, it's in my interest to say it's always worth getting press, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, certainly it's not.
It's like,
Well, if you don't need it,
and
I
like,
mean,
honestly, like, people, it's just sort of like, it's one of those artificial milestones, like funding events, where it really can matter to your startup.
Yeah.
But what really matters is your product and your team and how you handle it. And looking at these other things as like what's going to make or break you is the wrong way to do it.
yeah.
And I think everyone knows that deep down inside, but a lot of people just get lost in the hype, and you got to fight that.
I'm going to talk to you about